Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got something done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there and names, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
So I was actually going to talk about a different topic, but I felt like this one was going to be it for me. So I wanted to talk about this one right now, right here and right now. So this one is my honest advice to someone who wants to be rich, right? This is the question that I get the most. If I've told you I got 100 other questions, this is the one that I absolutely get the most. Hey, I want to make money. I want your car. I want your home. I want everything that you have. In fact, I want more than what you have. How do I get there? Here's my honest advice. So the first things first. Most people watching this channel have probably already moved out of their parents' home. Maybe they moved back in. You've lived. You've started to live life a little bit. The thing is, I won't lie to you. You've heard my story, my road to $250,000, my road to $1 million. The first thing I did after college was to get a luxury apartment. That was costing me with utilities about $1,300 to $1,400 a month, and that was back in 2020, right? So I wasn't living above my means, but I definitely could have been living a lot cheaper than that. Maybe I could have found something for $700 a month or even $800 a month. And instead of a 2-bedroom, I could have had a 1-bedroom. Do I regret that? Absolutely not, because during COVID, my older brother was able to work, do his schoolwork from the internet. And so he was able to leave New York City and move to my state and live with me because I had that additional bedroom. And so it was great to have him around. It was great to have that support, especially in my first year in a whole new state and city. And so that was really, really cool to have my older brother living with me. Now, these are not the things that I thought would happen, but because I took that 2-bedroom, I was able to essentially have more space. Now, if they had a 1-bedroom available, of course, I would have taken that. But the 2-bedroom was a lot cheaper than a lot of the other luxury apartments. And it was closer to my family members, like my uncle. And so I opted in for the 2-bedroom. And they had a workout facility, so that was cool too. Another thing is, you know, I want to stay on that topic because a lot of people will stretch their pockets. They'll stretch their money to what they can afford and how they want to live. So for example, if you make $5,000 a month and in your area you can get a luxury apartment for $2,400 with a pool, with a balcony, with all the works for $2,400 a month, are you telling me that you're going to opt for the 1-bedroom or the 2-bedroom for $1,000 a month? Most people would not. Most people are going to stretch their budget and get the most that they can get and justify why they need X, Y, and Z. What it really takes is lowering your wants and knowing, hey, I can afford this, but I'm not going to buy it. Similar to the credit cards, right? When we talked about the bonuses and the cash back and the rewards, just because you get additional rewards doesn't mean you should spend more than what you initially intended to spend. A lot of people don't even have a budget and don't necessarily know what they're intending to spend on outings and other things and other services. They just go out there and whatever happens, happens, right? So for me, when I go grocery shopping, you all know it's $200 to $250. Sometimes I fall even lower than that at $180. But typically it's going to range from $180 to $250 a month. And so when I go grocery shopping, I already know what I'm expected to spend. And I do apologize. I'm biting my tongue again. I got new braces in. So I do apologize about that. So when it comes to being rich, you got to live below your means. No, hey, I can afford more, but I'm not going to buy more just because I can afford it. And this is very important. I feel a lot of pride in knowing I can buy something, but I'm not going to buy it. For example, I've been telling each and every single one of you, I want a Tesla. I want to drive that Model Y so bad. I'm going to redo the body. I'm going to have the nicest, sleekest Model Y out there. I'll be driving in style. I know I'm going to be feeling good and comfortable. I can afford to buy it cash right now. They even got discounts on the interest rate and everything going for it right now. But I told myself I'm not going to buy it until my 30th birthday. I turned 27 this month. So that means I have to wait an additional 3 good years before I buy the Model Y. Why? Because I can use that money right now to invest, to save. I'm generating about $2,000 a year just in my savings account for the money that I have in a savings account. So that's $6,000 in the next 3 years prior to buying a Model Y, which I'll probably even buy used. And why would I buy used? Because I don't necessarily want to pay full price for a brand new vehicle that will go down in value. We know that it's not an investment, right? We know it's just a toy. It's just something to have fun with. And so if I can knock off $10,000, $15,000 while making $6,000, and then I trade in my vehicle for another $2,000, that's a total profit of $8,000 just from saving and the trading, and then another slash of about $15,000 just for waiting 3 years. So I've saved almost $25,000 in just 3 years' time to buy the same vehicle, just 3 years older with probably little to no mileage. And so yes, I understand it's a waiting game. I understand that I'm sacrificing fun right now. But again, it takes some sacrifice in order to get rich, right? It takes some sacrifice in order to get wealthy and not be broke. So you wanted my advice? Here it is. Like we're going into it. I see so many people cripple themselves when it comes to their housing. When it comes to housing, they cripple themselves. And let's be real. A lot of us are not working from home. We're going to spend a lot of time outside of the house. So why are you paying someone else's mortgage by paying $2,400, $3,000 a month when you can get something a lot less, like $1,000, $1,500 a month instead? That's the first thing that we want to dive into today. And then the second thing is, again, those credit cards. Paying a lot more than you should because you know you're getting rewards, because you know you're getting cash back. We do not want to have debt hanging over us month over month. If you can't afford to pay it off the same month, you should not be paying for it this month. That is how I operate. I showed you my credit score in a previous video, so you know I'm well above 700 on my credit score, well above 750. I was just at 806 before I deleted one of my credit cards. So again, you can do this your way, or you can do it my way, where I've never been under a 730 in my entire life, okay? I bought all my properties with the best credit rating, 780 and above. All my properties have been bought at a 780 credit score or above. So you can take your advice from other people, or you can take your advice from somebody who's actually been doing this. Now, again, I'm just your average guy on YouTube. I'm not your financial advisor, but I'm also someone who has a credit card for 9 good years. And again, never been under a 730. So we do not keep balances on our credit cards. We pay it off every single month. All right, so now we've gone over housing, we've gone over credit. Listen, I'm a culprit of this too. Online shopping. I'm a big culprit of it. In fact, I love paying for video games on my phone. I just spent $400 last month on online gaming. So listen, I can tell you right now that I absolutely spend way too much on online gaming. But all within reason, this month I'm telling myself, listen, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just not going to do it. And so, because of that, I'm going to save money in one department, and I'm going to have money for other things. My birthday is coming up, like as I stated. And so, I don't have to dip into one pool to assist the other. I just say, you know what? I'm not going to spend $1,000 on games this month, right? And so, all within reason, people understand where you're spending too much, and then start to cut back and start to do other things to get back on course. Now, for me, I looked at the markets. I looked at the benefits. When you save money and you budget correctly, you then have additional money to spend. You then have the ability to take advantage of opportunities. So when I talk about saving money, right, money creates opportunity. Cash is always going to be king. And so when you are out of debt, when you're not having revolving balances, your credit obviously will increase, as mine has been over 750, over 780 my entire life, right? So you don't need to have balances revolving around. And then you're going to have cash aside because you've budgeted and you saved. So now when it comes to an investment, like when I invested in Facebook, it went straight up. When I invested in Tesla, it went straight up. Or when I invested in real estate, when interest rates were very, very low, that goes straight up, straight up, straight up. So the appreciation, the dividends, the cash flow that I'm getting from the rental income, all of that is helping to sustain me. All of that is helping to benefit me in one way or another, to where I am more financially free than I was just a year ago. And it's because I saved, it's because I budgeted, it's because I put money aside to take advantage of these opportunities. You can't do that if you always have balances on your credit card. The bank is going to look at that and they're going to say you can't afford such and such loan because you have this balance. Another thing is the bank is going to say, hey, we can't give you a loan for X, Y, and Z because you're already paying so much in rent that we don't see you being able to afford this rental or that or that or that. And so your debt to income ratio will play a factor, and it can affect your ability to make purchases because you're not sacrificing now. You're looking in the short term and not in the long term. Everything you do should be long-term thinking. If you say you want a house, what is your 5-year plan in order to do so? What is your 3-year plan in order to do so? What grants are you trying to look into? Are you a first-time home buyer? What opportunities are you looking to access? What is your price range that you're looking to get? Are you looking to get a raise at your job, or are you looking to stay the same at your job, which would be easier, and then find something within your budget? All of these things are necessary. So if you have any questions or concerns when it comes to this advice, is there anything that I missed? Let me know in the comment section down below. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.